days ago, I exclusively revealed that Paramount Global, here on my YouTube channel, was interested in purchasing DC Comics. Well, yesterday, the Wall Street Journal and every single major outlet revealed that Paramount Global indeed is looking to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery in its entirety. I'm going to explain to you where my exclusive story about them wanting to buy DC Comics came from and how that went from that to them preparing a bid to buy the entire company, which is Warner Brothers Discovery. It's called Warner Brothers Discovery, but the Discovery Group won't come with it. David Zaslav will not come with it. And James Gunn most certainly won't be coming with it. Welcome back to Movies TV Man. I admit your host with the most, just ask your girlfriends, wives, and especially your boyfriends and your husbands. A very warm welcome to Friday's edition of the DCU Daily. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Man, and on Instagram and on Threads at Movies TV Man X, on Snapchat BMouth60, and on TikTok Mad Mickey's Wild. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this little YouTuber was right again, even though most of you think I'm a fucking liar. I've tried to educate you for years how this fucking game is played. I've tried to tell you that I grew up around the entertainment industry. It's those sources I garnered through my upbringing around the entertainment industry that tell me stuff. You don't have to have a blue tick or 100k subscribers or followers to know fucking things. And the more you listen to Grace Randolph or John Campier or the right-wing YouTubers, the less informed you're going to be. Every time I've given you an exclusive, 9 times out of fucking 10, I've been absolutely right. It's no wonder that Mr. James Gunn rushed out the release of Man of Tomorrow. This is his hope, that it gets released, it can be a hit, or they can do the same creative accounting as they did with Superman. Then they can say to Paramount Global, when they own Warner Brothers Discovery, look, you should keep me as co-CEO of DC Studios. Look at my movie, look at my fucking franchise, it's amazing. Keep me. Is it any wonder that he went on the Howard Stern podcast the other day explaining about Man of Tomorrow, panic, desperation? Yesterday I saw another quote from him talking about this exciting secret project with the secret director that is keeping a secret so no other company copies them. James Gunn should absolutely be allowed to work in a corner doing his Peacemaker stuff, which he does brilliantly. The clips I've seen from Peacemaker 2 look wonderful, and I wish I wasn't geo-locked from it. I enjoyed the first season. I loved Guardians. I loved the Suicide Squad. Let him do what he's good at. Stop forcing him to do what he's not fucking good at. Basically, James Gunn shouldn't run a fucking bar, a nightclub, let alone be co-CEO of DC Studios. So yes, it's official. Paramount Global, the newly kind of reinvigorated company run by this family, are going shopping, as I explained to you the other day. Also the other day, I told you exclusively they wanted to buy DC Comics. As they made that inquiry, they also made an inquiry about buying the whole company. And Zaslav and the AT&T shareholders, who are the majority shareholders, not Zaslav's Discovery, said yes. Because yes, Warner Brothers Discovery has done really well with their movies. 7 movies in a row this year that have made 40+ million in their opening weekend, which is really good. And normally, if the industry and they were in a good place, they wouldn't need to sell with a year like that. But they're hemorrhaging so much money and they can't stop the hemorrhaging. I also explained to you from the very beginning, David Zaslav is a financial guy. He came in to trim the fat at Warner Brothers, right? Into all the companies. You know, we've seen what he's done to the Cartoon Network. He even tried to shut down TMC, and then Spielberg and all the big dudes in cinema today said, please don't do this. This is an old legacy network. Don't do that. It's the heart of old fucking Hollywood. Don't you dare do that. And surprisingly, the fucking idiot actually listened, which was good. But he's been trimming the fat ever since Discovery merged with AT&T to run Warner Brothers, the company, and now Paramount Global, who were a company on their fucking knees like WB, were bought out. And now Paramount Global, this new family who own them, who are going shopping and buying up a lot of fucking things, also want to buy up Warner Brothers Discovery. They're preparing the bid. But let me explain to you, these things take time, the bid will take time, then they have to have it accepted, then they have to go through all the government ratifications. I suppose they'll have to bribe the right people. I'm joking. Well, I'm not really joking. I just don't want to get in any fucking trouble. So it's happening. So what does this mean for James Gunn, DC Studios, DCU, and even the Snyderverse? Now, something very interesting with all of this is a kind of side story. Zack Snyder is working on a movie or something at Paramount right now. Walter Hamada has a position at Paramount. I'm not sure what his position is, by the way, but he is there. James Gunn will not be coming. I warned you the other day when I exclusively revealed about Paramount's interest to buy DC Comics. James Gunn will not be part of the package, no matter how desperate he and Safran are trying to work behind the scenes to get Man of Tomorrow out there, even before the Batman 2, so they can hope it makes money and they can prove their case that they should be running DC Studios. The family, the new owners, this family who now own Paramount, are not interested in that. They're not interested in a franchise. They're interested in making great DC movies and great movies in general. It's over. The way Hollywood's been working is over. Every studio is on its fucking knees. It hasn't been working. The era of gaslighting their consumer and their fans as toxic is over. Your customer is always fucking right, even when they're wrong. That is retail. That's consumer-based business. And the people who have no right to be working in entertainment today just don't understand that. They think we should just eat the shit that they put in the plate under our fucking noses, and that's not what's going to happen anymore. They're on their knees because they abuse their customer. The other day, Zaslav said, television isn't a good consumer experience for the consumer any longer. No, it's not, because you push the streaming model, a model that never really worked, has never brought them any money, and the product you're making for television isn't damn good. You put to one side the successful concept of a showrunner doing 20 episodes a year, having arcs starting off the season slowly, warming it up in the middle of the season and building it up. 24, Lost, Prison Break. In early 2000s, we started getting TV shows that were made like features that still felt like TV shows. Now, these streaming originals now are absolutely shit. Most of them are anyway, because they're made like movies, but they don't feel like television anymore. Zaslav is right, but he and the other CEOs of the other studios in their push for streaming out of their own fucking greed has brought television to this. The future of entertainment and its profitability must be in quality films and television, or I'll use their degenerative phrase, content, quality. And they must return to the old cinematic concept, broadcast television. They must return to these things. Streaming must merely be a catch-up service. And if they don't embrace the old ideals of entertainment, which fucking worked, they will continue to go under. So, what's going to happen? As I say, I think the DCU is cooked. DC Studios, in a way, is cooked. I think DC Studios will change because it's not a real studio, as I keep on telling you, it's a logo. Where's the DC Studios social media account? There isn't one. There's just one DC Comics one and a WB one. Where's the DC Studios? There's no fucking DC Studios. It's merely a logo. It's merely a fucking facade. So things are going to change. So Gunn is out. Gunn is out, and as I say, this is why he's rushing this Man of Tomorrow movie, teasing this exciting new series, right? Or whatever the fuck he's talking about. It's all panic amongst panic amongst panic. This morning, the DCU shills are very, very upset and nervous. Mr. Brandon Davis and all these shills, right, are worried because they've been backing James Gunn, the bestest director ever, for a while now, lying that his Superman movie was the best Superman movie. It was not. He's out. He's cooked. I can tell you that exclusively again. Gunn will not be part of this package. Excuse me. Gunn will not be part of this package. Now, he may be allowed to be in his own corner and make some DC movies and TV shows. I don't know. But in terms of being the co-CEO of this DC Studios, which is merely a logo and not a studio, he's done. He's toast. He's cooked. Now, what about Mr. Zack Snyder and his Snyderverse? Well, I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh yeah, he's working at Paramount, foregone conclusion, it's going to happen. But I think we've got hope now. We've got hope that everyone can have their own corner at Paramount Pictures. Snyder, Gunn, Reeves, and others. Hopefully. Hopefully. Because I don't foresee this plan at DC Studios being continued. The DCU being continued at Paramount. I just don't. But here's the thing. This deal for Paramount to buy WB will take a couple of years to be officially ratified. So, meanwhile, it will still be run by the people who are running it. So in under 2 years, Man of Tomorrow, I assume, probably still will be released unless Paramount get this studio in record time. So that's going to happen. But we're going back to the DCEU, the remnants, the remaining movies in the DCEU. Do you remember? Those movies that were released and Zaslav said would make better, and they flopped. This is what's going to happen to the remnants of the DCU. It's not going to survive. It's not going to be successful. It's already doomed before it's even started because Gunn didn't do a full reboot. But the mistakes happened from the moment David Goyer was ousted, and they didn't allow him to do his Man of Steel 2 sequel, right? That's where the problems began. And this Snyderverse fandom grew. And then the DC fan base, the customer base, is divided. You cannot thrive in a consumer-based industry when you're gaslighting and dividing your consumer and your fan base. And this is what New Hollywood has done to Star Wars, to Star Trek, to DC. This is not about politics. This is not even about fucking wokeness. It's about quality. You can be woke, right, in a good, ordinary, tiptoey fashion and still make great entertainment. I've said before, Quantum Leap was one of the wokest television shows. The original Quantum Leap was one of the wokest television shows you'll ever see. The guy was dressing up in dresses, for fuck's sake. And we accepted it. We liked it. We actually, said what a great actor this is. He's playing women, he's playing men, he's playing the elderly, and he does it so fucking well. You can be woke and successful at the same time, but it's all about the execution. Never fucking gaslight any member of your fan base, of your consumer base. And now Paramount Global and the people that run them, I believe, understand this. There's one other thing I have to talk about. Walter Hamada was very much gaslit by the Snyderverse fandom and Mr. Ray Fisher. Let me explain to you again what I said consistently on that subject at the time. Walter Hamada was of course wrong not to listen to Ray Fisher, to gaslight Ray. But, let's be clear here, he was speaking from somebody else's hymn sheet. Toby Emmerich, Jeff Johns, he was trying to protect those people because he was just a foot soldier. He was just doing as he was told. And I was surprised and disappointed at the time that Ray Fisher didn't say that publicly, didn't understand that. That Walter Hamada wasn't the organ grinder, he was the monkey. So I don't foresee any problems for Zack Snyder if we are hoping, which we are, for the Snyderverse to be restored. I don't expect Walter Hamada to be a problem. When he was at New Line producing those horror movies, he did a fantastic fucking job. It's only when he got involved with Jeff Johns and Toby Emmerich that there was a problem. And you can be angry at what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is pure fucking facts. If Paramount Global don't buy Warner Brothers Discovery, someone will. But it looks like they're the only ones with the real readies to do so. So I believe this is going to happen. It's going to take a couple of years, and James Gunn and his DCU is absolutely cooked. Finito. The game, the blag, is over.